Alright, hello there everybody. My name is Super and welcome back to LEGOthon. This is LEGO Indiana Jones 2 100%. And before the run starts, we're going to do a little pre-run setup. So MetalString here is going to head into Tomb Doom, or the treasure level version of that level, real quick. And we're going to do a cool little strat with some studs. So what we are going to see here is that he is going to turn on all the multipliers and come over to this side here and grab all these studs and finish the level. I think we're going to do it one more time. Alright, so at this point we have now set up for a glitch called stud storage. So we are now going to start a new game, and time is going to start when we start this first box here, and we will get right into the run. So time is going to start when he starts this box in 3, 2, 1, and let's begin. Alright, here we go. So the stud storage strat here is going to be shown right away. As you can see that he just instantly gets 150 million studs carried over from the other save file. And I will explain why that's useful in a bit, but for now we're going to be heading into this first level and there's going to be a lot to explain here. So I'm going to try to do it all back to back to back. So the first strat we're going to see here is called a wall climb, where if you turn the vertical sync option off, it uncaps your frame rate and allows you to kind of get stuck in walls and climb up them. It's a really, really cool strat, and it allows you to skip a lot of puzzles here. And the next strat we're going to see is called a throw, where you are able to throw your character, and if you throw your character into a sloped object, if you do it just right, they will launch up into the sky. So what MetalString is going to try to do here is throw him into the target, get him launched in the sky, and using a visual cue on the ceiling, he is going to hit a debug trigger that'll take him straight to the final section of this level. And just like that, first try into the final section of this first level here. Going to attack this boss 3 times. And just like that, the first level is finished. And is going to put us into the hub world, and we're going to unlock our first new character, and we're going to head right into the second level. And in the process, we're going to destroy this fire hydrant here, and you may have saw it said 2 out of 10. That is one of the hub collectibles, but we are right into the second level, and we're going to see one of the most broken glitches, where if you kill your character in a brief period when they have respawned, you can pause the game and it allows them to just walk through walls. This is one of the biggest glitches in the entire run. And MetalString has basically now reached the end section of this level, skipping all the puzzles just by walking right through the wall. He now needs to get this piece of dynamite to the door, but since we never opened the door, we're just going to put it on one side, and the character on the inside is just going to grab it. Looks like it kind of bounced a little too far there, so we're going to try one more time. Almost. There we go. Character on the inside just grabs it through the wall, gonna blow up the fridge, and the second level is finished just like that. Alright, and we are straight into the third level, which is the first example of a beat 'em up level where you literally just need to kill just a bunch of groups of enemies. You'll find there's one of these types of levels in each episode. And there's a particular route here where MetalString is going to get the guns and shoot the characters. as fast as possible. He knows exactly where they're all going to spawn, and just like that, the third level is already finished. Going to get 2 more hub collectibles here, and while he is fixing this motorcycle, he is going to get 1 more hub collectible. And there are 30 of these red, blue, and green bricks around each of the hub worlds, and they correspond with some sort of object in the hub world. So he's just going to kind of collect them as he does everything else. Most of them are just kind of on the way to certain levels or certain characters. And we are now in our first vehicle level. So in the vehicle level, it's basically ramming your vehicle into other vehicles and taking out all these waves. These levels are quite RNG based, but you can kind of make the spawns pretty consistent by sitting in certain places when the waves start. So you're going to have a general idea of where all the vehicles are going to be, as long as you've kind of memorized where they all spawn depending on where you are in the map. I'm going to get this last guy here on this wave. And we are now in the final wave where there's 5 more vehicles MetalString is going to kill. Going to get in a better car here. And we have just 2 vehicles remaining here. And once we take them out, that'll be the 4th level of Crystal Skull Part 1 complete. For anyone who's not played Indiana Jones 2, there is 1 episode for each movie except for Crystal Skull, which has 3 parts, and this is the first of 3. And that is the vehicle level complete. And now we are going to head into one of the shortest levels in the entire game, Crane Train, the final boss fight, which hopefully, if he gets a first try, boom, just hit the boss through the glass and instantly kill him. Now that is all the story levels of Crystal Skull Part 1 complete, but of course this is a 100% run, so we are not done with Crystal Skull Part 1 yet. So it's going to take us back to the warehouse, show us some new levels we've unlocked, but we're just going to go straight back into Crystal Skull Part 1 and finish up everything else. And this is where we're going to start to see kind of what the non-story content of the game is. And the first thing we're going to see after we get a couple hub collectibles here is an example of a treasure level, or an informal way of calling them is a nighttime level. And basically, if you go back into a story level, once you have beaten it, you'll see that it's kind of this nighttime version where there's really not much happening, but you can basically do an alternate mission to get a treasure chest. And in the case of the vehicle levels, it's always where you need to find these 10 balloons and pop them. And you'll see MetalString is going to do some really, really advanced 1v2c here, where he's literally going to be doing just half of the balloons with one player, while he does half the balloons with the other player. And this is as hard as it looks. It's extremely difficult. Driving 2 vehicles at once is very, very hard, especially because driving vehicles in this game is kind of unintuitive, because instead of driving like a normal car, it always matches with the camera, so pressing down will always make you go down, even if you're facing left. It's not how other games normally have driving mechanics, so it's quite confusing. We're gonna grab the last one here, just barely missing the early treasure chest grab. But that is going to be the first treasure level complete, first of 5 in Crystal Skull Part 1. we're going to get a few more hub collectibles here and start buying all the vehicles, buying all the characters, all with 1P2C, because it saves a lot of time doing everything with 2 players instead of 1. And this is one of those categories that is extremely 1P2C heavy and extremely difficult to do all the 1P2C in. So right here he's just looking for one more brawler and one more soldier. There are certain characters where you need to kill a certain amount of them in order to unlock them, and sometimes the spawns can be kind of inconsistent, but he finally got it, and now he is going to do another one of these pause clips to get in this door without doing the book puzzle to open it, saving a little bit of time. And this is the first bonus level, which there are 5 in each hub world, and he is just going to use wall climbs to completely skip all of the puzzles and get that treasure chest in 6.03 seconds, super quick. So that is the first of 5 bonus levels in Crystal Skull Part 1 done. And you may notice that, like, once again, doing that stud storage glitch, allowing him to get 300 million studs before the run even starts, allows him to not need to worry about really not being able to buy anything. Before that glitch was found, previous 100% routes would not be able to kind of just freely buy as much stuff as you wanted, because you would just not have enough studs, and you wanted to start saving up for the multipliers. But once again, I'm going to do a pause clip to just skip this entire level. This is the treasure level for the first level here, and got it done just like that. Gonna fix the airplane here with player 2, while player 1 gets one of the green bricks over in this crane. My apologies. Alright, we should be back. Alright. MetalString going to grab a green brick there with the crane, while player 2 is going to focus on unlocking this character off to the side here. And once again, just 1p2 seeing everything in this hub world to make it really fast. And that is the key here. I'm going to do another pause clip to get into the second bonus level of Crystal Skull Part 1. And once again, this is another bonus level where wall climbs are just going to be used to completely break it open, because instead of needing to do this long puzzle around the entire map to open the gate, he can literally just wall climb over the wall, drain the lava, and get that chest in 15 seconds. Alright. So that is now the 5 story levels done, of course, and then he's done 2 bonus levels and 2 treasure levels. These gold chests here are for the super bonus level, which is kind of the very final thing that you do at the end of each episode, where you collect 1,000,000 studs, similar to kind of other LEGO bonus levels. But going to do this little puzzle here, we put the fire out on the house, and that'll make the undead character spawn here, and he's going to have to kill all the waves here. And that was, so what MetalString is going to do here is he's going to kill the enemies, and then once he kills them all, he entered the level, and then immediately left it. And this is going to make a fresh wave of enemies spawn in way quicker than just kind of waiting outside. And gonna buy the characters here, and most importantly, he bought a female character, which in the LEGO indie games are a high jumper. I'm going to do a couple more wall climbs here. This one can be a little bit tricky if VSync is off. Catches into the wall, and once again, these wall climbs are just going to skip this entire treasure level, and this is the treasure level for the second level. Having a little bit of trouble here. Alright. Not the greatest, but did get through it. Gonna buy the other characters here. Gonna clean out everything we need to do in this little Nuketown section of the map. And there's one bonus level here. So this is going to be the third bonus level of Crystal Skull Part 1. And this one is kind of a long one. And looks like MetalString is actually going for an interesting strat here, where he's going to jam the tricycle in between the mailbox and the key, and going to try to get it to shoot up in order to skip another part. I don't know if he's going to keep going for it. Looks like he's going to resort to the normal strat here. That strat launching the tricycle is pretty inconsistent, so not going to waste too much time going for it. Okay. And going to shoot this chest here to open up the gate. And press the button, spawns in the chest, and then he can go up and grab it. Yeah, unfortunately, kind of missed out on the bike strat, but still just going to keep moving on. Going to get some of these green cactuses here. These are going to be the blue bricks. The cactuses are the blue bricks. These little flower pots are the green bricks, and then the fire hydrants are the red bricks. And it's going to be different in each hub world. So what they are here is not going to be the same in a different hub world. Also, sorry if you couldn't hear me, MetalString, but he is now onto another treasure level. This is target training. And it's a pretty simple one, just going to shoot all these targets here. There are some purple studs that he is going to grab with the high jumper to get the true adventurer out of the way now, so he doesn't need to do it at the end of the run. And that is a really, really quick treasure level, going to get that one really quick. So at this point, there's really not too much left to grab in this Crystal Skull Part 1 hub. He's going with Indy on the left side here, going to grab one more flower pot that is kind of hiding in this little garage. And he's going to head into this bonus level. One of my personal favorites just is Gas Station, where you just drift all around this track. And he's going to get player 2 to wait where the chest spawns. So right when he crosses the finish line, player 2 will already be right where the chest is, and does not need to wait for it at all. 21, not bad. So at this point, there's only 2 levels left, one more bonus level and one more treasure level. So we're going to unlock this fire truck here, and going to do a little strat with the fire truck, just going to bring it over here using the speed of the vehicle, because we are going to do another pause clip where Mutt is going to be killed. And then when he respawns, going to pause the game to let him walk through walls to get into this military base, which you normally need to take an airplane, I believe, to get into it normally. With the fire truck on Indy's side, going to grab a cactus and a flower pot. And so right there, he's going to try to overlap the cutscenes of the red brick 2 parcels spawning, but unfortunately he targeted the guard there. But getting all those collectibles, and now he's going to wait till this guy with the shovel unlocks, and he's going to punch the cactus and then enter the level right when the parcel spawns to skip that little animation there. Once again, this is another bonus level that could be just completely destroyed with the wall climbs, and this is going to be a common theme, that every bonus level can basically be beaten in under 20 seconds. Some of them are a little bit longer, but they are all super, super, super quick. And that is no exception. So now that we have this character with the shovel, we're gonna go dig these like moles up from the ground and like play whack-a-mole, pretty much. And buying all these red bricks, which once again that stud carrying over the stud storage glitch, being able to come into the file with 300 million studs is super, super nice, because previously this route I believe had anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes of stud farming, and that was pretty much the reason why this run had never been featured in a marathon, because the stud farming just did not make it a really marathon viable run, because a lot of the run was literally just sitting here farming studs. So not only did that discovery save a ton of time, but it made it a pretty fun run for this marathon. I'm gonna finish up buying the last of the vehicles here and a couple more characters, while Indy on the right side is building this super bonus level, which, like I said earlier, is kind of like the final level of each hub world. So I'm gonna dig up this fridge car here on the left side. And going to bring it down to do a fridge car race. And there are races with some of the vehicles in the hubs, which are used to unlock more characters or vehicles. This fridge race is pretty fun, because you can just kind of fly through it. Uh-oh, a little stuck on the gate, but there we go. So we're going to do the fridge race, and while he's doing the fridge race, he's going to get into the jet and also do the jet race. So super, super complex 1P2C here. So literally just driving two vehicles at the same time. Like I said earlier, this is as hard as it looks. It is extremely difficult. As you can see, even sometimes MetalString, the world record holder, will get a little bit flustered, because it is just extremely challenging. Gonna buy this bazooka character, and these final few characters, using this bazooka character, he's gonna shoot a metal wall over here to unlock the army jeep, and at that point he has now gotten every single character, every single collectible, and he now just has one more treasure level. And as you can see, the fire truck blasted to the sky on the left side of the screen. He's got one more treasure level here, where he needs to just blow everything up and kill 10 rats that are wandering around this cafe. And normally, you need Indy or you need a high jumper and Mutt in this level, which makes it pretty slow. But thanks to wall climbing, you don't need the high jumper, and you can bring in a bazooka character instead, which allows you to blow up everything in the cafe way quicker. So at that point, now literally everything is finished in the Crystal Skull 1 hub. So it is now just a race to the super bonus level, and going to complete that level, and then from there it'll be 100% complete. All right. Yep. All right. So this. Oh. All right. Fire fire truck's having a little fun there. So this is just like many of the other Lego bonus levels, where you need to just collect a million studs, and like many other Lego games, there's actually over a million studs here, so you don't need to collect every single last one. But this level in particular, compared to a lot of the other super bonus levels in the game, is actually quite slow. It's going to take about 4 minutes to get a million studs, while you'll see later in the run some of the other ones will literally take less than a minute. But while he is just kind of running around here, I guess I can kind of go into like, how this category started and kind of the history, because it has a pretty long history. It dates back to many, many years ago, when someone named Kennedy 640 did a segmented run of this category that was about 6.5 hours. And that run was, once again, it was segmented, and it was with only one player. And that was kind of the first route for LIJ2 100%. And using that route, I did some of the first ever uh, runs in one sitting, non-segmented, and they were not very good. They were pretty blind, didn't have too much knowledge of the game, and they were at like 9 hours and 7 hours. And eventually, the record was improved to about 6.5 hours, and then the category went pretty stagnant until about 2 years ago when I decided to remake the route with uh, adding 1P2C in all the hub sections with all the hub collectibles, so that you were always doing two things at once. And with that new route, I was able to bring the record down by about 2.5 hours to the first sub 4 hour run. And then MetalString, with his Indiana Jones expertise, was able to continue bringing it down into the lower 3 hours. And then eventually, thanks to the stud storage discovery, cutting out many, many minutes of stud farming and lots of small little optimizations, the run is now able to be sub 3 hours at 2 hours and 55 minutes. So it's definitely come a long way, but it went from being quite a slow, long category to a really, really fast-paced category where you're really not spending more than half an hour in each movie. So almost have 1,000,000 studs here. Looks like we just need about 3,000 more. So just going to kind of hit some random trees and flowers here to try to sneak in the last bit. And looks like we are good. And according to MetalString, that might be an IL record. I will check really quick. Let me check. Was that a 310? That is a 2-second IL record. Very nice. So at this point, he has a couple options of where he can go. He can go to Raiders or Crystal Skull Part 2, but he's going to go to Crystal Skull Part 2. I don't really think it matters that much. It used to matter back when studs were a concern, but now it really doesn't matter. But going to go to Crystal Skull Part 2 and head right into the first story level here. This is Perusal Perusal. First puzzle here can once again be skipped using pause clipping. So going to kill Indy here. And pause the game, and he's able to just walk right through that wall. I'm going to do another wall climb here to skip another puzzle. And just at this point, he's just got to build a map on the floor, and he's going to use 1P2C to do that as quick as possible. So we've got the final little piece here. Going to build it, and that will be the first level of first story level of Crystal Skull Part 2 complete. And like I said, Crystal Skull does have 3 parts, while all the other ones just have 1 part. And before we head to the second level, we're gonna get a couple little hub collectibles here. The red bricks are these little rocks with like the spiders on them. And then the blue bricks are these gray treasure chests that Indy is gonna get right here. And the green ones are not in this section of the hub world. But going to head into the second story level here. after getting a couple hub collectibles. This is Tomb Doom, and this is a pretty 1P2C heavy level. Like at the start here, he's going to be like grabbing the shovel with Indy, while Mutt is going to like kill the enemies. And right here, he's kind of hugging the wall, because if you don't hug the wall, a pack of enemies will actually spawn. So by hugging the wall, you can skip having to deal with that. And there we go. And this level is actually one of the longer story levels, which, I mean, at this point you probably noticed just how quick a lot of the levels are, especially the bonus levels, which are only a couple seconds. But even the story levels in this game are really, really quick. But this one is actually one of the longer ones. And right here, we're going to see the first instance of something called target duping, which allows you to grab objects with your whip that are normally out of range. By highlighting the object that is out of range, it'll kind of appear red to tell you that you can't grab it. But if you move your whip back to something that is in range and let go, like right as it highlights, you'll grab the object that is far away instead. And he used that to grab that final piece while all the way down at the bottom there. There we go, got a nice true adventurer there. And then this boss fight can be kind of wonky. You can do like multiple hearts to him at once, but it can be a little inconsistent. So we'll see how many multi-hits you can get here. Very nice, got 3, 4, 5. Oh, pulled out the shovel for a quick hit there. One more hit. Alright, not bad. Alright, and that is the second story level of Crystal Skull Part 2 complete, just like that. And once again, like I said, there's 5 story levels, 5 treasure/nighttime levels, and then 5 bonus levels per world. So he's done with 2 out of the 15 levels here. And once again, going to kind of split up where Mutt is going to grab some collectibles down here, while Indy is going to head to the 3rd story level. This is Mac Attack, and this is the beat 'em up level of Crystal Skull Part 2. So once again, actually, this is I think the first time this is being shown. But when you throw a character, one of the weird side effects of doing the throw is the character just becomes an infinite hurt box. So Indy threw Marion there, and now Marion does not need to punch or do anything else. Marion can literally just run into enemies, and they will just instantly die. So as you can see, Marion here literally doesn't even need to try, just runs into the characters. The infinite hurt box glitch in full effect here. And this glitch is really, really broken, especially because there are certain enemies in this game that normally require some sort of special ability for you to kill. You either need to whip them first or disarm a sword from them or something, but the infinite attack glitch overrides all of that. So it doesn't matter if any characters have any sort of like special attributes. This glitch can override all that. So Mac is going to spawn here, and MetalString put Marion right where Mac spawned and did a bunch of damage before he even got to his first spot, which basically skips the entire second half of the fight there. So really intense boss fight. Ended super, super quick. And once again, using a little target duping to repair that jungle cutter there. You're going to get a couple more hub collectibles, the green bricks, which are those little kind of plants. And going to bring this bird out to bring this treasure chest down, which once again are the blue hub collectibles. And he'll get that after the level finishes. This is the 4th story level, the vehicle level of Crystal Skull Part 2, which is Rainforest Rumble. And this level is one of the easiest vehicle levels because you get a jungle cutter, which is one of the most powerful vehicles. And as you can see, he can literally just shred right through all of these vehicles here. And he'll come down to this next wave, and once again, he will just kind of shred through all these vehicles. And I think the developers were aware of this. So for the next section, you need to jump across a gap that your jungle cutter cannot make it across. But notice that I said your jungle cutter because this enemy jungle cutter can make it across the gap, just like that. So now we have a jungle cutter in the second section of the level as well. And he's going to call on player 2 to get in the other jungle cutter to get it in position for the boss battle of this level, while player 1, Indiana Jones, will attack these vehicles. And while he's attacking these vehicles, I am going to read 2 donations. We have $10 from Leah Rufus that says, Pig%, great job to all Day 2 runners and commentators. It's been another great day. Thank you, Leah. We have $20 from Kicking222 that says, my fiance and I 100% LEGO games together. We've done it at least a dozen, and this is our current game. This marathon rules as hard as LEGO City Undercover, which rules incredibly hard. And I agree. LEGO City Undercover is a really, really good game. Really fun. So thank you guys for the donations, and back to the game. The boss spawned right next to his other player there, so he's able to kill it super quickly. And now that he is done with that level, he's going to kind of go down to this lower section of the map here and go to a bonus level down here and get all the collectibles, because this spot is kind of out of the way. So while he's down here, he may as well do everything he needs to do. So gets all the collectibles and heads into this bonus level, which is another one of the shortest ones in the entire game, because you can skip the entire level with a single wall climb that is just like that. Gonna try to get in the vehicle here to go a little faster, but the character switching was being a little pesky there. Gonna put Indy on top of the vehicle as well to escort him. And going to grab a shovel from this shed to dig up one of the blue bricks, while Oxley is going to throw a banana to the monkey to get the key to get over to the final story level of Crystal Skull Part 2. And this level, you start by just hitting the boss 4 times, and then he turns into this massive ant monster. And in order to take him out, you gotta put traffic cones on these holes that are spewing up red ants. Very weird, but that's how it is. And there's a little bit of a time save here, where once you put the cones on the holes and the boss comes down, you can pick them back off and reuse them for the next phase. It looks like Kicking's donation will go towards the Complete Saga DS Improper Load Showcase, which is the next incentive, putting it up to $40 if you want to add that Prince. Yeah, very inaccurate to the movie. But that is what this entire game is. You will continue to see that. Fortunately, we are running with no cut, which is a little cheat code that makes it so no cutscenes play, which is a subcategory on speedrun.com. It cuts out about 35 minutes of cutscenes, and the cutscenes in this game are kind of ridiculous, so we don't have to watch them. So we're gonna go, I believe we need 2 more traffic cones, because this final wave you have to cover all 5 holes. There's the final cone, which is technically RNG, but normally it's somewhere in that general area. And now that all 5 are covered, once the boss finishes its final animation, it'll kind of come crashing down, and that's actually really good RNG, how quickly the boss came crashing down there. And that is the 5 story levels of Crystal Skull Part 2 done. But once again, the story levels are not everything. So once again, we're going to head right back into Crystal Skull Part 2 to go finish up everything else. And it's going to put us back up at the top here. And the first thing we're going to do is head to this bonus level right over here. Get that green brick, and this bonus level here, you normally need to kind of do these little puzzles to shoot these targets, but if you just go to the other side here, you can just kind of shoot the targets from this side and not do any of the puzzles, so makes it way easier. He did miss a shot with Mutt. He missed 2 shots, so he's going to need to bring Indy to come over and help. Oh no, he missed another shot, so he does have to go get another gun. Yeah, and the last one is behind that saw blade. So gonna shoot it. A slightly troublesome Peruvian market there, but gets through it. That is the first, or second bonus level we've seen in Crystal Skull Part 2. And at this point, going to kind of finish up everything in this upper section here. So going to start killing these enemies here to unlock the spear character. And while he does that, Marion is going to go down and grab, I believe, the jungle cutter. And go complete the jungle cutter puzzle on the bottom part of the map. While Indy just kind of sits up here and kills these waves of enemies. So now that the Cemetery Warrior has been unlocked with a spear, he's going to bring the Cemetery Warrior down to another bonus level called Temple Tussle that requires a spear to open the door to get in. And while he's doing that, once again, Marion is going to do this like tree cutting puzzle at the bottom of the map, which unlocks this character here. And gets the final green brick, or maybe blue brick, something. It was a red brick. But yeah, now that he has done the little puzzle and everything, he's going to come down with the spear character, as I just mentioned, using it to open this door here. And he's going to bring the jungle cutter down to the bottom here and start killing bazooka characters that are coming out of the entrance to Rainforest Rumble. And to answer your question, Kicking, this is entirely 1P2C, extremely advanced 1P2C, some of the most advanced out of any LEGO game or run. And I think part of what makes this run so interesting is the very, very well-routed 1P2C in the hub world. So he's going to provide the bazooka character, switch to him, and then head into this bonus level. And he entered the bonus level with a spear character and the bazooka character, which means that when he leaves the bonus level, those characters will be there with him. And that's important because he needs both of them actually he doesn't need the spear character anymore, but he does need the bazooka character because he's going to head up to this steep hill here, and there is a metal rock blocking the way. So he will use the bazooka character to clear it out of the way, and that'll allow Marion, the high jumper, to go up top, grab this shovel, and climb up here and get this blue brick. And then after getting that blue brick, going to get into this raft and do the raft race down this river, using the bazooka character to break that metal wall to open up the next bonus level there. So there's really not much left to do with player 2 in this hub section. Just going to wait for the raft race to finish, and then jump into this level while the little animation plays to skip it. Going to once again turn VSync off to uncap the frame rate, which allows you to launch off sloped surfaces, such as this lever here. This lever kind of has a weird shape, which makes the launch a little inconsistent, but looks like he is going to get it very, very quickly. And when you get launched that high, you can actually get past the invisible walls on the edge of the map. And when you do that, you get instantly down warped, which allowed him to get back to the ground really quickly, even though he got launched super, super high. Once again, I'm going to use the bazooka dude to break that piece of metal there to buy the plane. And going to do the motorcycle race and use the bazooka guy's security clearance to open the door to this bonus level up here. Can we get it? Nice. Completes the motorcycle race. And going to head into this bonus level, Peru Airport. And this is a level that you can completely cheese everything by wall climbing. Forgot to turn on the extra multiplier there. I was trying to get True Adventurer. But yeah, I was going to wall climb up this wall here. So once again, turning VSync off uncapture FPS and allows you to get kind of jammed into walls sometimes and climb up them. Pretty cool stuff there. And he is now going to grab specifically the bazooka character and Indy to go do the treasure level for the first level of Crystal Skull Part 2. And if you may have noticed, when you enter a bonus level, it will give you two set characters that are always the same every time. Treasure levels, you keep whatever characters you have in the hub world that you bring in. And treasure levels require certain characters for you to beat. So for this one, you need the bazooka character to blow up the metal there. Then you need Indy to be able to whip these prisoners so they stop moving. And you, in a way, kind of break this level because you're supposed to build a speaker that makes the prisoners dance, but you can just grab them as they're running around. And not really going to do much in the hub here, just going to kind of run straight to this next level here. This is Tomb Time, which you can skip the entire puzzle by just doing one wall climb right here, just like that. And that's the whole level. I believe we have 3 levels left. Nice little gold there. So going to get in this airplane because there is an airplane race that Oxley needs to do. And while he's doing that airplane race with player 2, he's going to start running down to the treasure level for Mac Attack, or the beat 'em up level that was right here where he's standing right now. In this level, he's going to want to bring in Oxley and the bazooka guy, which you'll find, you may have noticed, we're almost done now, but throughout basically all of Crystal Skull Part 2, almost every single treasure level required the bazooka guy. I don't really know why, but that's just how they made the levels. So this level is just kind of like a connect the shining light to the end. That was kind of an unfortunate little push there. And that is the second to last treasure level of Crystal Skull Part 2 finished. Or actually third to last. We got 2 more treasure levels. We've done all the bonus levels. Gonna get the 9th green brick and then buy these drifters to do the drifter race, and the 10th green brick is hidden in one of these rocks here. Or actually, never mind, it's just sitting out, but I'm gonna get the 10th green brick there. And then I believe MetalString is going to do the drifter race real quick, which unlocks another character, while Oxley digs up another character. So kind of cleaning up all the final few things that are in this hub world. He's going to buy Fastig before doing the race, so he can enter the level here during the animation of the character unlocking once again to skip it. Yeah, this one is pretty hard to time. And he gets it. Very, very nice. That one's hard to hard to time because the character Oxley cannot do a double jump, so you have to do it like you just have to walk into the transition. You can't kind of like dive into it whilst the camera pan starts. And right there, once again, another wall climb to skip the entire kind of trampoline bouncing puzzle there. And also, they answer the question in the chat, like, why does Oxley's skull kind of have that weird aura around it? The reason is because MetalString is playing with the absolute lowest possible graphics settings. And the reason for that is because, as I mentioned earlier, you can turn the vertical sync option off to uncap your frame rate to do things such as climb up walls and do the launches. And if you play with really high graphics settings, your frame rate maybe will not uncap to as much as you would want it to. So by lowering all the graphics settings to really, really low, it allows you to really get crazy high frame rate, like 700 frames per second. But this is another one of the driving nighttime or treasure levels, which, just like Crystal Skull Part 1, you just have to collect the 10 balloons. Gonna do a cool little strat here where he just dies intentionally, and then the vehicle respawns back up top. Oh, just missed a balloon, and then standing right where the treasure chest spawns. And very nice, another gold split. And at that point, all the story levels are complete for Crystal Skull Part 2, all the treasure levels and all the bonus levels. We got all the collectibles, all the vehicles, all the characters. So once again, it is time to do the super bonus level to finish off Crystal Skull Part 2. Actually, got one more character to buy, and then we'll have all the characters. There we go. The Grenadier, who can also destroy metal objects, but way slower than the bazooka guy. So this super bonus level entrance can be kind of wonky. You need to ride this bicycle onto that little white Lego brick. And you'll kind of float up into the sky, but it just like doesn't work sometimes. Turning VSync off, back on will help a little bit. But hopefully it'll just go up right away. Let's see, kind of adjusting, trying to get it to go. Come on. There you go. Whee! Alright. Into Crystal Skull Part 2 super bonus level, which is one of the fastest super bonus levels out of the 6, the second fastest. He has a pretty refined 1B2C route here. This used to be one of the levels before the stud storage glitch. This would be one of the levels we would farm studs on to accumulate enough studs to buy everything in the run. So a lot of the runners became very good at playing this level fast because we would play it over and over and over to farm the necessary amount of studs. So once you get 400k, it lets you kind of go to this top section, and then the rest of the studs are just going to kind of be up here. And for anyone who's just tuning in who missed stud storage, basically how it works is before the run started, MetalString collected 300 million studs on another save file with all the multipliers, and never went into the hub world, so they never actually collected. And then when he loaded this new file, they collected onto this file instead. And that glitch allows you to get 300 million studs right at the start of the run and cuts out over 15 minutes of stud farming that used to be in the route. So yeah, that is Crystal Skull Part 2 complete. So that is 2 out of 6 boxes completely finished. And we are now going to head into Raiders of the Lost Ark. Gonna grab 3 collectibles right here and then head into the first level, Raven Rescue. This level is kind of a sleeper. It's not that interesting. Just gonna kind of push these objects back and forth while and like deflecting the laser back into the boss. And once again, doing that throw in order to activate the infinite attack glitch. So while Indy's building, just going to have the other player just kind of run around and just kill the enemies just by running right into them. And as you can see, that guy up at top kind of got a little bit stuck, which is why MetalString had a chair in Indy's hand, because sometimes they like to get stuck. But luckily, he kind of came down. So entering this final part of the boss fight, you can kind of speed it up by using Indy's whip to get like multi-hits. So let's see if you can do that. Very nice. So on to this next section. Marion's going to go unlock the next level, but Indy is just going to get a bunch of bricks here. Raiders, for some reason, put like a ton of bricks all in this one little section. So I believe between all the bricks he is getting here, he's going to be collecting 7 different bricks. Maybe even more than that. He's already up to 9 of the blue bricks. Oh, actually, he's getting all 10. Okay. Slight route change since the last time I ran. But here we go into the beat 'em up level of Raiders. This is Market Mayhem. So once again, throwing Sala right at the start to activate that infinite attack glitch. And it is extremely useful in this level in particular. And it's not super useful yet, but it will be at the end of the level. Because in the end of the level, there will be these characters that you normally need to have a sword duel with in order to kill, but with the infinite attack glitch, you just don't need to do the sword duel. Your character can just run into them and they just die. We'll pull one of those guys down a little early. Small little time save. Little wall climb there to get to this final section early. And when you're up here, if you drop out your player 2, they will just come up here as well. Because Indy cannot kill these guys quickly because he doesn't have the infinite attack glitch. As you can see, Indy is fighting one of them with a sword right now. You can see how slow that is. while Sala just mows them all down. And that is Market Mayhem finished. And he's going to head right over to the third story level, while just getting a couple help collectibles on the way once again. But nothing too out of the way for this one. This is Map Room Mystery. Used to be a really long level, but thanks to this pause clip here, you can skip the entire first room. And then thanks to a single wall climb that you can do right here, you can skip the entire second room as well. And that will knock open the door, and once he exits out through the wall there, that is literally the entire level. Super broken level. Yeah, so the little satellite dishes on the roofs are the blue bricks, so going to be getting some of those. And then really quickly grabbing the horses and heading straight to the fourth story level of Raiders. The vehicle level, this is after the Ark. And you enter the level on horses, which is kind of useless, so going to grab a vehicle real quick. And this level is a very big level. The loop that the enemies take, in all the vehicle levels, the enemies do take a consistent route, but the loop on this level in particular is very big. So if the enemies spawn where you don't want them to spawn, it's really bad. So the goal here is to always be sitting in certain spots at the end of each wave to force the enemies to spawn in certain spots. So this first wave was not super quick, so getting the ideal spot here may be a little tricky, but I think he should be able to get it as long as this kill is clean. Ooh. Gonna try to get to a good spot here. He's trying to get a truck to spawn right around this corner, and looks like the truck is there, just a little higher up. And as you can see, the truck is quite powerful. One-shots the smaller vehicles and is capable of fighting other trucks. So going to take out the second truck here, and then once again going to try to get to a specific spot on the map to kind of force the vehicles to spawn in certain spots. Okay, I'm gonna take out these final two trucks here, and then after he takes out these two trucks, the Ark will spawn, and looks like it's gonna spawn at the top of the map here, which I think is not quite ideal. Normally you kind of want to be up more towards the right, because the way the Ark works is you hit it once and it starts smoking, and then it has to drive to a certain point of the map where it'll eventually let you take control, and it goes to the same spot every time, which is right here. So ideally you want it to spawn close to that spot. Oh, okay. I don't know how that happened, but the final boss here is just 5 quick hits. This boss can be kind of annoying because he's kind of in this alleyway, and you try to back up, and then he goes forward, and then he can't build up enough speed to do damage sometimes. But looks like he gets 4 or 5 hits very quickly, and it is time to head to the final level. But gonna get a quick satellite blue brick here, and then also going to twist this throw a fish at this satellite up here, pull the whip target to get one of the red barrels, and then twist the key by the shore to get a barrel out of the water. So 4 collectibles here that he is going to get real quick. And then trigger the cutscene and head into the final story level of Raiders, which is this giant electric monster. Which we are going to kill by deflecting electricity back into it. And in order to do this a little faster, we are going to get to see a little more target duping, which, once again, if you don't know what that is, on Indy's side, he's going to target an object too far away, and then bring the whip back to an object in range, and let go in order to grab that object that is normally out of range. Oh, looks like he may have got through the electricity early, maybe? Yes, very nice. And that is the Raiders story levels complete. So now, once again, gotta head back in there and do all of the treasure levels and bonus levels, which he hasn't done any yet. So gonna start off with a bonus level at the top of this frozen area here. But first, I believe he's going to go get certain characters. Yeah, gonna get the swordsman and gonna get the jeep here to do this jeep race. This jeep race takes you back up to the same area anyways, so it's kind of backwards because you have to run over here and then run back. Oh no, the jeep fell in the water. Gonna have to do the race again. Maybe? Yeah, definitely gonna have to do it again. And gonna get a sword character. Sword characters do have a special ability that will allow you to throw at like ropes and stuff, which he does need for up here. While he finishes the Jeep race to unlock the bazooka character. And he's going to go buy the bazooka character and switch to him because he needs the security clearance that the bazooka character has in order to open a door down at the bottom here that lets you get a snowmobile, which lets you get to the top of the map to a bonus level, and just buy the snowmobile as well, which you do need. You see on the right side here, he actually lights this campfire with a torch, and a character comes out of it that you can buy. That is one of the few spots in the entire game where it's actually possible to get completely locked out of 100% completion if that torch, if you lose that torch. So if that torch despawns and then you leave your save file and come back into it without melting the statue, that torch will never come back, and you can never 100% the game. And you can find countless people complaining online about that. This is a bonus level that, once again, is just completely broken by wall climbing. Just like that. And at this point, he's just going to jump right off the cliff into the treasure level for the first level. Normally you need a sword to get out of this opening section, but thanks to wall climbing, once again, you can kind of jump up and then jump around the fire here. But this is actually a pretty tough jump. And I'm going to do another wall climb here to avoid having to put out the fire by just kind of grabbing the chest from the back here. first treasure level of Raiders is complete. And once we dig up this airplane and buy it, basically everything in this snowy part of the map has been completed. So I'm going to depart from that area. And he's going to fly this plane over to this Hovidos island here, and going to open up the temple, which you need a bazooka to do, and head into this bonus level here. And you may have noticed while he was doing that, he grabbed a sword character with player 1, because he's going to need that when he gets out of the level. So Hovidos Temple is actually one of the longer bonus levels, but you can still skip everything in it, even though it is like it's like 40 seconds long. It's one of the longer bonus levels. That's a really tough jump. A lot of these jumps are actually quite precise. So we're gonna do another jump here. It's a little easier. And then a wall climb real quick to get up to the final chest. And there you go. Sub 40. So now he's on this Hovidos Island. He's going to do everything he needs to do here because it is really far away, all the way across the ocean. So definitely don't want to have to come back here. So going to unlock the airplane, going to buy it. Going to do this puzzle at the top here, which will unlock the airplane race. Like you see the little markers for the airplane race kind of shoot out there. And then going to kill these spear characters because he needs spears to lower the box of parts at the top of the screen to build the boats. So I'm going to buy 3 vehicles here really quickly, two boats and 1 plane, and going to do the boat race and the plane race. Actually, maybe he's not doing the plane race. I don't remember. But definitely doing the boat race. Yeah, not doing the plane race because I believe it's a different plane. But going to drop out of this plane here and head to this boat on this other island, which is yet another bonus level. But before he does that, he's going to buy the shovel character, Sala, that spawned on this island, so he doesn't need to come back over here. And this bonus level is once again just another wall climb. And you may have noticed that after he bought Sala there, he didn't immediately jump into the bonus level. He kind of waited. And that's because when the game is saving, you actually can't enter levels. And if he were to jump into like the hole there, just like nothing would happen, and he'd have to jump back out and jump in again after the save had finished. When you run this game normally, you actually select the continue without saving option when you make your save file. And that means your game will never save when you're playing, and there's no way to make your game save. And because the game is not saving, you don't need to wait. Like right here, once again, he has to wait for that hat at the bottom left of the screen to vanish before he can enter the level. When you play continue without saving, you don't need to wait. And that is how you normally run the game, but obviously for marathon safety, this game has a tendency to crash every once in a while. So if he was playing without saving and the game crashed, all of the progress would be lost. So for marathon safety, he is saving. So he doesn't have to wait to enter some of these levels. Really weird level here. You literally just build a ramp and drive the bulldozer up, and yeah. Gonna try to switch to the priest here, who has the staff, because the staff is needed to beat the treasure level up towards the top of the map. But real quick, gonna use the key to bring out this U-boat, and this U-boat will open up this little gate here and unlock another bonus level. This is the 4th bonus level, I believe, he has played in Raiders. This is Submarine Base, where you normally need to take these bicycles through a bicycle course, but once again, just going to just climb over this wall. And you actually can beat this level without wall climbs too, but wall climbs do save about like 2 seconds. You can like parkour on the right side So if you are playing on console where you cannot uncap your frame rate, that is a strat you can do. Gonna get this barrel here, and then there's a satellite above this tent here, which you're gonna grab a gun to shoot, and also shoot that barrel all the way up there. And meanwhile, Indy was just kind of killing these waves of enemies to unlock that random soldier. And now gonna head up to the treasure level for Market Mayhem up at the top here, which needs the staff and Indy. And normally you kind of have to build this like long puzzle of like these connecting beams of light to reach the final chest, but if you angle two of the targets like perfectly, you can skip like the entire second half of the puzzle. So that is what he's going to try to do here. Let's see. Got it first try and grabbed the chest early. Really, really good. And now, I'm going to use this vehicle. This is a pretty cool strat. Gonna put the sword guy on top of the vehicle, and then drive to the military gate. Uh-oh, looks like he fell off. Gonna put him on one more time. Gonna drive to the military gate with the dude on the vehicle, and then use kind of the bounce that you get when you get smushed by a vehicle to jump over the gate and into this bonus level here. Normally to get into this military base, you have to do this really long puzzle with these like solar rays. I don't know, but you can just jump over the gate just like that. And there's a couple things that we need to do in here. Break that 10th satellite, which he just did, and buy this package. Twist this lever to smush this barrel, which is the final barrel, which will also fall in here, and get the next stud multiplier. He also needs to unlock a character, which is this grenadier, and then buy the airplane. And once he buys this airplane, there is kind of like a little challenge with the airplane where there are 5, and this is like a weird challenge because there's really nothing like it anywhere else in the game. But there's just like these 5 balloons just kind of sitting in the sky that you can only hit with this ship. And if you destroy all 5 of them, a character will unlock. So you're gonna just kind of fly around here. That's 2, 3, 4, or actually maybe it's 4, maybe it's 5. I wasn't keeping count. But yeah, the boxer will spawn in here, and you may have noticed he put both of his characters into the ship, and he's gonna use a piece of tech called ship ejecting to dump a character out of a ship without using a parachute. When you have 2 characters in a ship, if you drop one out instead of jumping out of the ship, they will not use a parachute. And the reason that's so important is because you cannot parachute into the military base. If you try to, it like forces you to land outside of it. So by using the eject strat there, you can drop a character directly into the military base to buy the boxer who spawns inside there. And now we are into the treasure level for after the arc. This is Desert Dash. And once again, going to see a really complex vehicle 1P2C here to grab all of these balloons. At this point, Indy has collected all the balloons on his side of the map, so he's just going to kind of put Indy where the treasure chest will spawn. I'm going to grab these last few balloons on the left side here with the swordsman. And there we go. So at this point, we've gotten all the brick collectibles. We have one more treasure level we need to do, and we already have the characters we need to beat it, which is a swordsman and Indy. Indy is going to head back over to the island here to do the biplane race, and the swordsman is going to do the camel race. Doing two races at the same time is pretty tough, and I think it also bugs out. So he's just gonna do the one race first and then do the other one. Like, I believe sometimes if you do them at the same time, like the finish line doesn't work properly. It's really weird. So gonna do them like that. And then gonna unlock this swordsman, which you do have to beat in a sword fight. So good thing he has another has a sword. And now with Indy and the swordsman, he's gonna head into the final level here, the treasure level, Cryptic Crypt. And this one is kind of weird. You just like push this statue across and place an arm on the other statue, and it just like gives you a treasure chest. It's weird. Yeah, so you just like build this one arm, and then it's gonna do a target dupe to get this other arm, and then it just like drops you the chest. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it. I think it's supposed to take longer than that, but uh, you can do it that way. All right. So everything in Raiders is done. So of course, like all the other episodes, it is time to do the super bonus level, and I believe that this is the longest super bonus level in the entire game. This one or Crystal Skull Part 1, they're about the same, but it is a pretty long one. It's about 3 minutes long. And we're going to get to see lots of complex 1P2C throughout the entire level. So I'm going to put the one player on the volcano there, because that is where the entrance to the level will end up being. Yeah. Oh look, yeah, the U-boat is just chilling there. Whee! Alright. So yeah, he's just gonna be running around collecting some studs for a bit. So one thing I've always kind of wanted to test, and I don't even know if it would work, but I'm curious if it's possible to hit these triggers that send you into the super bonus level early. Like I'm curious, like when it launches you into the sky. It's actually possible when you get launched up into the sky that you can miss the trigger, which I think implies that it's like a little box up in the sky that you can hit. So I've always wondered if you could like hit it early. You could probably test it with like a levitate cheat or something. So you're gonna have Mutt kind of be just getting all these studs around the town, while Indy is gonna be out in the valley, getting all of these ones that need a vehicle. And once again, like, so this soccer game, when you would score 2 goals, these platforms would lower so you can get up top, but just by using the vehicle as like a place to stand, uh, you can just get up there early, or you can jump off the top of the soccer net. There's so many ways to just completely break that without needing to actually score the goals. So up to about almost 700k. Depth perception, kind of being mean with that one purple stud on Mutt's side. But yeah, you can probably tell what I meant when I said this is a definitely one of the longer levels. The studs are really spread out and really hard to collect. But just about got enough. Need about 30k more, I think. And looks like there's a bunch right on this trampoline. Then one at that front door, and that should be, oh, that should be good. There you go. And that is Raiders completely finished. So that is now half. Well, it says 38.6% because there's a couple other things that we need to do, but that is half of the 6 main hub sections complete. And now we're heading straight into Temple of Doom. And right off the bat, this is going to be one instance where we're actually not going to start with a story level. We're actually going to start with a bonus level that is right up here. Going to this bonus level is pretty out of the way otherwise. The way you're supposed to get to this bonus level without the wall climb you saw there was actually to drop out of a plane. And it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So doing it now is presumably the fastest time to do it. Most of this route, so we're gonna do a little launch here to skip all of the puzzles. A little bit too far left. There we go. So most of this route was developed by myself, and then it has kind of been slowly. There's been some small adjustments made here and there by MetalString, particularly when the stud storage was found. Saving buying stuff for later was basically removed from the route entirely. We'll now just buy stuff the moment we can see it. But yeah, most of the route was made by myself, and for example, something like going to that bonus level early was just something that I presumed to be faster. The community for this game is quite small, so it's not like everything has been extensively timed and like checked, but for the most part, there's a decent amount of confidence in the effectiveness of this route. So you may notice off the bat there, he did a throw with short round, and that throw is to activate the infinite attack glitch. And you may be wondering, like, why would you need the infinite attack glitch in a car level? Because you're not attacking any enemies, you're just running into them with a car. And the reason for that is because in the next wave, there will be cars spawning that have a metal metal barrier on them. And excuse me, normally to destroy the metal barrier, you have to get into this like rickshaw that throws dynamite. And it's very hard to control and very slow. But if you activate the infinite attack glitch, if you just touch the car, it breaks the metal off of it. Really strange and really nice glitch. In addition to being able to take the metal off the car like that, if you also just knock the car into a wall really hard, you can also take off the metal plate without the rickshaw. But the most consistent way of doing it is with this infinite attack glitch. So actually, maybe we'll get to see it here. Oh, he tried to knock the car into the wall, but it did not take the shield off. So gonna use the infinite attack glitch to get under the car there and just touch it, and it will take the shield off and allows you to get through this wave much quicker. And from here, gonna try to get to this corner here, which makes the boss spawn right next to you, which is really nice. Gonna use that glitch again to knock the shield off that car, and then just hit it a couple times, and that is the first level done. And when you finish this level, it I guess because you like crash out of a plane, you're kind of up here at, like the middle of nowhere. So you ride this raft down, and when we get down here, we're gonna get a couple collectibles. These pots, which give you the blue bricks. These little rocks with scorpions on them, which give you the red bricks. And then the green bricks are these little like decorations on some railings that are over somewhere else. So I'm not gonna get any of those yet. Alright, so this is Monkey Mischief. It's a pretty convoluted puzzle level, but we can actually skip most of it. It's still somewhat convoluted, but nowhere near as it would be casually. So first skip we're going to do here is we're going to go up against this wall, and if you're standing really close to the wall, you can throw the banana through the wall to the monkey, and he can also throw the object through the wall to you, which skips needing... Yeah, only works with Willy. And you need to... It skips needing to get the elephant to press a button that opens the gate. Second monkey is super free. And then the third monkey, we're going to do a wall climb to skip the puzzle to normally get to it. And then he'll give us the third and final stone that we need to put back to finish the level. And now we're going to head over to the palace, and we're going to get quite a few bricks here. Indy going up top, getting a bunch of the blue bricks, and then actually all of them, actually. And then as we head over to this next level, we're going to start hitting these little decorations on the railings I was talking about earlier to start getting these green bricks. Gonna get 6 of them. And, we'll get a couple more on the way out. But this is the beat 'em up level for Temple of Doom, and gonna do a super throw to activate the infinite attack glitch, which once again is very useful in this level because there are sword wielding characters that you normally need to have a sword duel with, but thanks to this glitch you just don't. Gonna turn VSync off here because there is some wall climbs MetalString is going to do to save a little bit of time here. Right there, that is a wall climb. It may not look like one, but it is. It allows you to get up to these people with these swords early. Normally you have to kind of wait for them to jump down like you just saw there. And gonna kind of take out all these enemies here. So the enemies with the black and the blue headpieces are the ones you need to have the sword duels with, but thanks to the infinite attack glitch, you just do not. You just run right into them and they just instantly die. And the last guy is going to fall in this painting. The spawns are consistent. And he's dead. Okay, so these next 3 levels are all like super close to each other, so it's just going to kind of be like a rapid fire. Gonna gonna grab a couple more bricks over here and free this guy from the snakes. There's 3 guys that are like guarded by snakes, and you have to free all of them in like one sitting, kinda. And so on the right side, that's what we're seeing, and then on the left side, infinite attack glitch activated again to kill all these sword guys without the need to do the sword duel. And short round is unlocking another character as well, also while killing the snakes. So finally, we got the sword guy on the left side. Gonna unlock him, and we're gonna actually switch to him because we're gonna head to the left here and use the sword to knock down these ladder pieces to head up to a bonus level. Then we're gonna free this last guy from the snakes and do it right as we enter the level to skip a little camera pan, just like that. Once again, this is another level that you can literally skip in its entirety with just one wall climb, 6 seconds, just like that. Now we're going to kind of go rapid fire here, heading straight down to the next story level number 4, which is right just below this level. And this is another level that is just completely broken. So there's normally 2 puzzles you need to do, one on each side of the map. But by doing a wall climb right there, you can skip the entire puzzle on the left side. And then when it goes over to the right side here, there's actually quite a few ways that you can get up to him early. I think MetalString is just going to do a wall climb on the left here. But there's like 6 different ways you can get up here early. And then just push him into the flame. And that was actually quite clean. And then just going to basically sprint straight to the final story level here. Not really going to waste any time on the hub stuff because we're going to be back in this area anyways. Also, Indy getting launched there is what happens when you enter this level with VSync turned off. So this level is actually the most boring level in the game, and it's also really loud for some reason. Yeah. But it's basically just an auto scroller. There's like small optimizations you can make, but you basically just have to wait for this this boss to go through all the cycles. It is the most boring level in the entire game. So that is 3 out of 5 hits. Oh, there we go. 4th hit gonna be coming in here pretty soon. Very nice. Got one more hit, which is just the head. And this is the final story level for Temple of Doom. So after we kill the boss here, it'll take us back to the warehouse, and then we are going to, of course, re-enter Temple of Doom to go get everything else that we have not done yet. So
So we have unlocked the Last Crusade. But gonna go back to Temple of Doom, and it's gonna put us back in the city, right next to Club Obi-Wan, which is, and because you're blinking when you enter, you can instantly just clip in. This bonus level is interesting because it's literally you jump on the tree and then you double jump across and you skip the entire thing. This level actually has a pretty competitive history to it of people doing single level runs for it, to the point where it's being improved by like 1/100th of a second. Like it's really been optimized because it's just so short. And between myself, Chess Whiz, and MetalString, we've seen a 5.44, 5.43. Chess Whiz got a 5.42, which I thought was going to be very unbeatable, and the MetalString got a 5.41, which is the current record. But gonna do a bit of hub stuff here, kind of clean up everything on this side of the map. And then once we kind of finish everything up in the city, we're gonna head into the treasure level for the car mission, which is going to be collecting 10 balloons. Of course, all in 1v2c. Now this is actually kind of interesting. So you may remember how I called the treasure levels the nighttime levels, because normally it just makes the level turn into nighttime. But if you remember, the story level of this mission was already nighttime. So now the treasure level is actually during the day. So going to buy the stud magnet, and that's basically every collectible on that side of the map except for the plane, which you're going to need a explosive to unlock. So, gonna bring the car up this ramp here. It is technically possible to bring it through the tunnel on the right side there, but it has a tendency to get stuck. Gonna try to put the car on the button, but the button does not want to press. There we go. Going to buy the stunt plane, and doing the stunt plane race will unlock the scooter and a bazooka guy, which will allow us to unlock the other airplane. And on the left side, we are opening up a bonus level. So I believe we're going to jump out of the plane, buy the scooter and the bazooka guy, and then really quickly run over and unlock the airplane, because this is basically going to be our last time on this side of the map. So we're going to get the airplane now, and then right when we buy it, we will head into the bonus level. Should have got it. Yep. So this is another level where basically everything is going to be skipped. We're going to get on top here and then just kind of run along this wall. And just kind of run on top of everything, and then using this plant, we'll get back up on top of the wall again, and skip all of it. I'm going to try to make a dive to the treasure chest during like a short little period of movement here. Does get it, very nice. And now that we're over here with the bazooka, we can break this metal fence to unlock the tractor, and we can now do the tractor race. And this tractor race is actually like really long for some reason. It takes you like way over to like this other section of the map and then like all the way back. But while he's doing the tractor race, we're going to unlock this spear character coming out of here. So, gonna buy the spear character. Not going to switch to him though, because we're gonna do the treasure level uh, up in this village here, which you need a bazooka character. Gonna buy that red brick. Gonna buy the green brick over here, and then enter the level. So this level's kind of weird. You just like ring the gong, and then you just kill a bunch of enemies. It's really quick. I mean, it's really nice that you have a bazooka character here because you can just kind of like mow all the enemies down, just like that. Gotta put Indy right where the treasure chest spawns, so we pick it up right away. Very nice. And now we're going to head to the next treasure level, which we're going to want to get this Thuggy, which has a sword. This is a really interesting level. So there are 5 buttons that you need to press, which means that what you're supposed to do is disarm 3 of the enemies, whip them, and then put them on the buttons. However, it is actually possible to get the enemies to just run across the buttons all at the same time. And it's very inconsistent. It looks like MetalString did go for it once. Not going to go for it again, which is probably a good idea because we could be here for a very long time otherwise. But yeah, it is possible for the characters to just run across the buttons and just coincidentally press all 5 at the same time. And I was the first person to do an IL with that. It actually did not take that long. You can do it in like less than 20 minutes. But it was kind of previously thought to be like a really insane, like super rare strat. Gonna get a couple studs there. Are we gonna get to see the? Okay, we want to do a throw here to literally just grab that chest without doing anything in the level. Really, we are flying through all of these levels right now. Same with this level. Skip everything just by wall climbing all the way up. Yeah, there is a throw that you can do here as well to launch up, but it is quite inconsistent. So gonna head over here. This is gonna be the final bonus level of Temple of Doom. And you can see the Temple of Doom is really quick. It might be the quickest out of the 6. I'm not too sure about that. But the hub content especially is really quick. Some of the levels are a little longer though. So just gonna throw short round across the gap here, which skips everything in the level. Really nice. And now all we have left is the super bonus level and one more race to unlock one more character. So we're gonna have one character build the super bonus level while the other person does this sailboat race. And this 1v2c is actually pretty easy because this boat moves so slow that uh, it's not like hard to keep control of it or anything. Compared to doing airplane races 1v2c, which is quite hard. So we're gonna finish the race there, unlock the final character as we finish building this super bonus level. And head into the temple super bonus level. This bonus level is kind of medium speed. It's not, it's like the third fastest one, I think. It's gonna be a little over a minute. So just gonna kind of admire the 1p2c here while we watch it play out. So this is actually one of the levels that has like way more than a million studs. Like you barely even need to come close to collecting all the studs here and you will have more than enough. But there we go. All right. So that is temple done. Accidentally clicked the wrong box there. Gonna head into Last Crusade. So we are now done with 4 out of 6 episodes. So into Last Crusade, you kind of start on this boat here, and there's really nowhere else you can go but the first level. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. It's technically possible to skip the first level here, which you do in any percent, but for 100%, you do not do really you don't want to do that. So this level is just kind of a glorified boss fight. Just got a couple little phases that are going to be done here. The third phase we're going to skip basically entirely, but these first two you basically just have to do intended. But the last phase you just do a wall climb up to the boss and skip everything. Okay, first level done. So now the second level is actually pretty far away from where you spawn. You got to get in this speedboat and go all the way across the river and everything. I can actually imagine it being quite challenging to find where you're supposed to go when you're playing casually. But gonna start getting some of these red flowers that pop out of the ground. Most of the flowers that pop out of the ground are yellow, but a couple, well, 10 of them are red. And MetalString is so skilled that he knows exactly which of the flowers in the ground are red, and they're the same every time. All right, this is the second story level. Has a pretty infamous skip where you can just keep whipping this target over and over to gain height and get over this starting area, and then at the end here you can hit the end trigger just by uh, walking into this door, just like that. Yeah, using Alt Tab to actually, I believe, generate a little bit of lag. That bike really shot back. Gonna get a couple more red flowers there. Oh! There you go. And head straight into the third story level uh, Berlin Brawl. And if you haven't done the math for LIJ2, like I was saying earlier, there is 5 story levels, 5 treasure levels, and 5 bonus levels in every single hub, and there are 6 hubs. And then there are 6 super bonus levels. So there are 96 levels in this game that are completed in under 3 hours. So you absolutely fly through the levels in this game. So many of them are so short. And it's funny that I'm saying that in this level because this is actually one of the longest levels in the entire game. But even though it's one of the longest levels in the entire game, it's only about 2.5 minutes long, if not less. But it seems like some sort of weird sound glitch has happened where the character's like footsteps are not really being heard. I don't really know what happened, but it'll probably fix after this level is complete. Yeah, this level, like I was saying, it's pretty long. There's not too much to say about it. It's kind of clearing out these enemy waves. And there we go. So gonna kind of head straight into the 4th level here. Literally not even gonna worry about any collectibles. This is a vehicle level. What is it called? Canyon Quest or Cannon Canyon? Canyon Quest is the balloon level. This is Cannon Canyon. A lot of the levels in this game will use alliteration or rhyme. So I'm gonna clear out these trucks here. The arena is really small, so you don't really need to worry about like, oh my god, dude came flying in. You don't really need to worry about the trucks escaping. But as you complete each section, you kind of unlock a new area. Kind of an interesting kind of format for this level. And down to the final section now. And using these grenades to one-shot the car. And then for this final boss, you have to use this like grenade cart, whatever. Uh, Super quick boss fight since you literally just kind of sit in front of him and just drop the grenades onto him. So at this point, uh, once again, really not gonna do any hub content at all. Just gonna go straight to this final level here. And it normally is possible to clip into this final level with the pause clip, but we're actually gonna open the door because there are certain unlockable characters that will come out of this door after you beat the level, and if you don't open the door, they'll get like stuck inside and sometimes not like spawn in properly. So this is the final level of final story level of Last Crusade. This level is pretty quick because we're going to skip this entire first boss fight here by just doing a pause clip through this wall. And there you go. Clip both in. And we are now fighting Donovan, the floating tornado. So in order to kill him, you have to get these metal chests sucked up into the tornado, and then you need to shoot them with the bazooka. Oh, one more chest. Uh, oh, the chest bugged out. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not too sure what affects it, but there we go. Now, for whatever reason, when you beat the final level of Last Crusade with with the skippable cutscene, it actually does not put you back into the warehouse. Uh, this is the only instance out of all 6 episodes where it does that. I don't know why. Like if you don't have no cut and you watch the cutscene in its entirety, it does put you back in the warehouse. So presumably it's just like a bug. But it is nice because you don't have to sit through like the menu and have to go back in. So this is the treasure level for Trial and Terror, the level we just played, where you just have to get these 10 chalices and just put them on the green Lego. Going to do a little 1B2C route here to do it all. And there you go. And at this point, we have barely done any of the hub stuff except a little bit over by the castle. So we're gonna do a bunch of it over just a couple of levels. So here we are going to do the tank challenge, which is all just kind of like a weird, like kind of one of those weird side challenges that there really isn't anything else like it in the game, where these little metal these little metal statues come up and you have to hit them all with the tank before the time runs out. It's like a 30-second timer. It's really quiet, so I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a ticking noise in the background that trying trying to beat. Uh-oh. Get it. Can you get it? Alright, got it just in time. So we're gonna do that, and now we're gonna do the camel race and start destroying some stuff over here to unlock these characters, or like killing these characters to unlock them. There you go. Looks like they're coming out kind of slowly. This is kind of RNG. Sometimes the characters just don't really want to come out. Uh, but while we're waiting for the characters to spawn, we can destroy these 2 beach chairs. The beach chairs are going to be the blue bricks in Last Crusade, and then shoot a piece of metal on this airplane, and then twist this lever 4 times, I think. Yeah, to free up that airplane. And then we're going to head into the treasure level for Canyon Quest. Another 10 balloon level. This one has some pretty cool 1v2c. So once again, just kind of admiring the proficiency to control 2 players at once. He kind of waited to collect that 10th balloon there because he wants to collect the treasure chest during that little cutscene of it spawning, and he would have been too far away otherwise if he had picked it up right away. Gonna buy this a plane here, and going to fly over to where the first level was on that boat, like way out in the ocean. At this point, once he buys this king here, everything over on that final island up there has been completed. So we don't really need to go back up there anymore. Going to do this airplane race real quick while we're up here. May as well. And now we're going to head over to the treasure level for the first level, all the way out in the ocean here on the southeast side of the map. Yeah, very, very strange thing is that the females can double jump in water. I Yeah, I don't know why. But yes, this is the boat that we started on out in the water. This level, you normally need to do all these like puzzles with the sword character and whatnot, but thanks to a single jump that you can do at the end, you can skip all of it. There you go. Skipped it all. So now we're gonna head back up towards the castle area of the map. We've we kind of have a couple areas of this map. We have that final area of the map where the Grail Knight and everything was. Then we have kind of that bottom part that we see on the left side of the screen. Then we kind of have the castle, and then we kind of have the town. The areas of the map that we really haven't finished yet are the castle area and the town. So next area of focus is kind of going to be the castle area, and then the final area will be the town. Also going to come in real quick to thank Gus for the $10 donation that says, because I messed you the disco yesterday, sad face. Thanks, Gus. Alright. This is perilous parking. He is gonna leave because I believe he has the wrong characters. So you need a wrench character, and the wrench character is over on the island, all the way back, yeah, on the bottom of the map. You're supposed to switch the wrench character, and well, he forgot. That is a pretty bad time loss. Gonna speed it up a little bit by buying the Zeppelin to get back there quickly. Pretty smart backup here. All right, now he has the wrench and the shovel, the two things he needs to beat this level. So this level you have to put 4 vehicles on 4 different buttons, and some of the movements you need to do here are quite challenging, especially this jump with the Jeep, but MetalString nails it first try. And then also getting this motorcycle up to the top of this ramp can be quite challenging, in particular just getting it to stay on the button. It looks like he got it, and then finally doing this parkour with the horse can be a little bit tricky, which is why he's kind of doing it one at a time. Normally, you won't see that MetalString is normally proficient enough where he's always doing 2 things at once, but that one level in particular is so difficult that you just kind of have to stop with each player. So Indy's going to do the final kills to unlock this bazooka character, while Henry opens up this gate, and there is a bonus level in here along with the Zeppelin. Going to switch to bazooka and Indy. Bazooka character is going to be used to unlock the dude that was sitting on the metal tree on the island after we beat this level. For now, we're going to do a pause clip to get in a little bit faster than using the security checkpoint there. Turn VSync back off for the wall climb, do a wall climb off that, and just like that, skip the entire puzzle. So yeah, Bazooka Guy is going to jump into the Zeppelin and fly down to the bottom island. And then once he jumps out the Zeppelin will come back for the other player to use it to get on top of the castle. So yeah, the Panama Hat Man, gonna go ahead and buy him. And then using Indy, gonna push the speaker here, which will move these rocks out of the way to open up a bonus level castle cave. A level I remember very fondly because this was the first ever individual level that I ever got record in. But yeah, it's really fast. Basically just skip everything. So we're gonna head into the treasure level for Fire Frenzy. This treasure level requires you to put out 10 little fire patches using the water bottles that we will get on the left side here. Gonna kind of clear everything out with the bazooka guy. And you normally need a high jumper to pull that lever, but thanks to a little wall climb there, you can actually just do it with Indy. Kind of almost just like donating the bottles. Oh, can I get it? Nice, got it right before it despawned. Got one more fire here. Treasure chest spawns on the final one you do. And there you go. That levels can be a pretty tough 1v2c. Also, there is a key hidden in this tree. That key is like insanely hidden. I remember when I was routing this, and I did not know where that key was. I had to look up a guide when I was trying to make this original route to find the key to open up this gate here. So on this left side here, gonna get a couple more of the red flowers. I believe there's 2 more. So, but they're both somewhere else actually. Which the bike race, we'll see them get the final red brick to the end of the bike race. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, don't lose the bike race. No. Gonna have to do the bike race again. Unfortunately got stuck. No surprise there with the vehicles. Gotta love it. All right, give it another shot for the bike race. Oh. Okay, there we go. Made it through. Yeah, weird, weird little sound glitch there. And using gonna get a red flower here. That's the final one, and we like to get this one last, so that the other player doesn't need to worry about buying the multiplier. Gonna jump under that gate there to get into this bonus level, which you can skip in its entirety with a single wall climb. Now going to get into this vehicle to head over to the town, and then with player 2 going to get into the boat and do the boat race. This is a really complex and long hub 1v2c on the split that we're going to see here, because the one player on the in the boat is going to do this boat race here, while the person in the town is going to start destroying these red and white poles. And lots of collectibles, lots of racing, all happening at the same time. And you have pretty short visibility while doing this boat race, so it's pretty easy to just miss one of the checkpoints or hit one too many bomb. Uh-oh. Yeah, the game crashed. Oh no. Uh, I think it's saved like right after the green brick thing spawned, but you're gonna have to redo the boat race. Well, that's why we saved in the event of a crash. Luckily, we do have a save file. Like I said, in a normal attempt, you would play without saving, and if your game crashed there, you'd lose all your progress, and the run would be dead. But because we did save, we really are gonna only lose a couple minutes. We do have to go do a couple things, mainly just to do the boat race again. That really should be the only thing that is really set back here. Oh no, it looks like the polls did not save. Okay, the game was saving. I guess it didn't finish saving. Unfortunately, that's a shame. Yeah. So hopefully Oh no. Okay. Hit the 10th brick there early, but so got frozen up on the boat race, but luckily the game did not crash this time, but unfortunately have to ride the boat all the way back and do the boat race again. Like I said earlier, this was a pretty long, weird 1v2c split. Meanwhile, I guess he can go buy the green brick or destroy a couple more of these chairs, but make sure not to destroy this 10th chair during the race. So I believe it's one more checkpoint, and now he can break the final chair there and finish the boat race. Yeah, where did the character go? Oh, there he is. There he is. He just walked away. Yeah, gonna drop out and then drop back in player 2, which causes them to switch this closer character so we can pause clip into the level. And we just have this level and one more. We've gotten all the bricks, all 30 bricks. We just have to do this level and then another bonus level called Beach Pit, which is right at the bottom part of the town. Oh, right. This is because the game crashed. He does need to type in the no cutscenes code again. Way to remember that before reaching a cutscene. Yeah, unfortunately, as MetalString just said, I know he's not audible on the stream, but he's been giving me some comments. But he just said that probably killed sub 3. This run was definitely on pace for sub 3, but after that crash, unfortunately, probably not anymore. So this is the final bonus level here, Beach Pit. And once again, it can just be completely broken with a single wall climb to get up here, and then just jumping over, just like that. Yeah. So unfortunately, when your game crashes, you also lose your characters that you had. You just switch back to like the default characters. So we did lose the bazooka character, which is useful here to kind of blow up all the treasure chests really quickly. Gonna kind of slow this process down a little bit, unfortunately. This is an interesting example of a super bonus level build where you can actually build uh, pieces on the bottom and the top at the same time. Normally, you can only one pile of pieces is buildable at once, but in this case, there's actually points where you can build multiple at the same time. So we're gonna build one more here, and then a little rope is gonna drop down, and then this is interesting because you can sometimes miss the trigger for the super bonus level, but I think with VSync on, it shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, when you get shot up here, it is possible to like miss the trigger, and you just fall back down. You have to do it again. This super bonus level kind of has an interesting format. You can see at the top left of the screen, there's a water pit with a ton of studs at the bottom. In order to drain the water pit, you have to press all of these orange buttons around the map with the vehicle. So there really are not that many studs around the actual map itself. There still are quite a few, and you do have to pick them up, but a very sizable portion of the studs are all just in that water pit. And this level is kind of medium length. I believe it's the fourth shortest out of the six, so it's a little bit on the longer side, but we do actually have to do the soccer goals here because this elevator is very tall. No cheesing this one. Oh, missed the elevator cycle. All right, press all the buttons. So now the elevator raises. You can pull this lever at the top, which will drain all this water. You'll be able to get those hundreds and hundreds of thousands of studs that are in the water. And just like that, that should put them right at 1,000,000. Very nice. All right, so we are now done with 5 out of 6 episodes. Only one more to go, and then a little bit of stuff we need to clean up, and then that'll be 100%. Last episode is Crystal Skull Part 3, which is definitely, I'd say in my opinion, maybe tied with Last Crusade, the hardest episode in 100%. There's some tricky 1P2Cs, some interesting strats, and it's pretty crazy. Alright, so this is Repair Scare. You need to get 3 parts from around the map, but thanks to target duping, we can basically just like skip the puzzles for like all of them. So target duping to skip those 2, and then and then we punch up this ledge to get up here early, and then target dupe this box, which for whatever reason like shows beneath the floor very briefly. We're gonna build the car, and just like that, first level is done. Second level is the vehicle level. This vehicle level used to be the worst vehicle level in the entire game. It was horrible. But it was discovered that if you turn VSync off, uh, it's way easier to kill the enemy vehicles. And MetalString did turn VSync off right at the end of the last level, and it makes your vehicle have much more control. It makes killing the enemy vehicles way easier. Just everything about the level becomes much better. And alongside that, and also just finding some better routes for this level, it is nowhere near as bad as it used to be a couple years ago. So the goal here is to kill all these vehicles before they reach the water, because when the next wave spawns, you want to be able to be away from the water in order to get a good spawn. So we'll see if we're able to make that work. I'm not too sure. Unfortunately, that is that the good spawn? Yeah, this is a good spawn. All right, one more guy. Very good clear. So very nice. Really, really good. And then onto the third level. This is Uga Struggle, I believe. Or Actually, never mind. We're not gonna do that level yet. We're gonna do a bonus level first. I got a little ahead of myself. So we are gonna get to see a trick that we are only going to see once, I believe, if it's still in the route. Gonna go grab a single collectible up here with Indy. This target that you have to whip. It's a little out of the way for what we're currently doing, but only Indy can get that collectible, and he's not gonna come back up there ever again. So I'm gonna do it now. Okay, so this is the glitch. If you get into a vehicle and you whip the character like as they do it, you can pick up the vehicle and then place it behind the invisible wall and get Marion behind the invisible wall and over to this area without having to go all the way around the outer border of the island. I forget what the name of that glitch is. I don't, but that is the only time in the entire run in any category where that is used. Oh yeah, and then when you play this level in all bonus levels, new game, that is true. But yeah, getting to that bonus level is the only instance where it is used. So very obscure piece of tech there. Unfortunately, we can't use it to get back. Oh yeah. Okay, so now into the third story level. Um, this is Temple Tangle, I believe, is actually what it's called. Uka Struggles, the next one. This level is actually kind of cool. A lot of just like it's a very unbroken level. Like most of the levels are just like completely broken. This level we actually play like pretty intended, and it's really about just like playing it really refined, really fast, really clean. We're gonna try to get these pieces and bring them to the middle. So that's the right one. Now gonna bring Indy over to get the one on the left as well. Yeah, we got a pretty scary jump coming up here. Okay, gonna place the head down, and now that we've placed both of them down, the boss fight will begin. This boss fight is pretty quick. You're just gonna whip the boss and then just drag him over these spikes. There's like a bunch of different ways you can damage the boss, but just doing it like this is the quickest. And there you go. Oh, Carboat having a field day. And unfortunately, it has been tried. Even if you like get up that boss early, like you just can't damage him. So you actually have to do everything in that level, which is part of why it's just like very intended. So this is Uga Struggle. This is the beat 'em up level for Crystal Skull Part 3. Um, gonna do the infinite attack glitch once again. The only beat 'em up level that you don't do it in is the Crystal Skull Part 1 Cafe Chaos. That's the only one you don't do the infinite attack glitch, just because it's actually such a fast level that it's slower to do. But right off the bat, you may be noticing just like in general, the Crystal Skull Part 3 levels are just longer than many of the other levels, even with some of the glitches. So that's another part of the. We're kind of making our way up the temple here. Oh, one more guy, and then head up, and pretty clean. And from here, we're actually going to grab this piece and bring it up. That'll just give us one blue brick. And then the green bricks are those little heads, or the big heads, I guess. And we will head up this dramatically large staircase to the 5th and final story level of Crystal Skull Part 3, Akator Ambush. And if this was an any percent run, this usually would be the last level played. And normally in any percent, you'd actually do a pause clip to get into the this area, but we're actually just going to open it normally because we have to go back in, and there's like characters who spawn here and stuff, so you want to actually open it the proper way. Going to do a cool little jump shot to hit this flower pot here. Normally you need 2 spears on the top left of the screen there to get up top, but with a really well-timed shot, you can just shoot it. We're going to see a cool little tech here. You may notice that every time he steps on the 2 buttons, they start to shake, and they will shake and explode, but he pauses the game, and for whatever reason, pausing the game will make the shaking animation instantly end and also instantly trigger the next attack to happen. And a similar thing can be seen here as well. So just gonna pause to instantly break, and just like that, boom, boom, boom. That's 3 down, 1 more. Very nice. And then this final section has to do damage with 5 rocks, and it's RNG whether or not the rocks do damage for every other rock. So far this is perfect RNG. This next rock is guaranteed to not do damage, and now it's a 50-50 chance if this rock will do damage. Let's see. Didn't do damage, so bad RNG has to go through to the next rock, which at this point will be guaranteed. So that's currently 3 for 4. Let's see if it can be 4 for 5. Nope, 3 for 5. Alright, can we get bad RNG again? Unfortunate. But gets the final hit there. That is officially every single story level finished. So no more story levels, just gotta do a couple more treasure levels, a couple more bonus levels, and then clean everything up to a nice rounded 100%. So it is going to put us back up here. So right away we're just going to hop right into this vehicle balloon level, just because it's in the corner here, and it's no other reason we'll ever come back up here. So I'm going to do it now. This level is called Riverside Rush, and we got some pretty cool 1P2C to see in this level. So with the mutt, he's actually going to intentionally die, and that's going to respawn him back in his vehicle, even though he got knocked out for being in the water. Some just unbelievable 1P2C here. Very, very impressive. And right into the last one. Treasure chest will spawn right on Indy. And there you go. And similar to the story level, it'll actually drop us in a completely different part of the hub world. So we're actually not going to finish the top part of the hub yet. Because, well, we're down here now. So we're going to pause clip into this level. Even though there's no wall, you can still like pause clip into the floor here, kind of. Very weird. And once again, just skip the whole level with a wall climb. Super, super quick split right there. And we are now going to do quite a few things in the hub here. Going to collect a couple bricks, do a couple races, etc. So what we're going to try to get here is this spear character, and while he does that, player 2 is going to get in the car boat, which is seemingly missing. Gonna have to just look at the river. It may come flowing down sooner or later. Yeah, this is a predicament. We normally want to get the car boat here to do the car boat race. And normally the car boat is chilling right here, but presumably it just got launched somewhere else and is just gone. I don't see it upriver. It might be downriver, perhaps. Uh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Just return to the warehouse and uh, reload the file. Very weird, but that's just you know, a Lego game for you. There's gonna be just weird, broken stuff that can happen, and that wasn't even a speedrunning related thing. That was literally just a vehicle not spawning in or spawning in somewhere else. Who knows? But hopefully this time the car boat will be where it is supposed to be. And looks like there it is. Woo! All right, so now the car boat race can be completed. This race is pretty treacherous. You're driving across some thin bridges while also doing stuff with the other player. And if you fall off at any point, then you lose a lot of time. But yeah, Indy is gonna build Spalko, purchase her, make his way to the top of the temple, and gonna do the treasure level up here. So yeah, this car boat race is like actually insanely long. He's gonna buy the bazooka character and switch to him as well, because he's gonna need him for the other treasure level up on this upper portion of the map. Oh, jumped in a little too early before the game saved. And that is an issue that is only when you're playing with saves. So this level can be skipped just by wall climbing all the way up and then just falling down. You normally need to drain the water here by pressing a collection of buttons, but yeah, we don't, yeah, nope, don't need to do that. So yeah, got a bazooka character now, which we need for this other treasure level. Oh yeah, got to turn the extras back on because he did return to warehouse, which does turn them off. Got a beautiful split screen here. So we're gonna have to bring 2 enemies up. There sometimes one enemy will be half. Oh yeah, it looks like there is a guy just chilling halfway up. We'll see if he's able to get him. Oh! Oh no. Accidentally killing the random dude. So it has to go all the way to the bottom to find another one. And there we go. All the buttons pressed. Get the chest. And that is another treasure level finished. Going to, at this point, head down to the bottom right part of the map. This puzzle here, you shoot this one statue and then all these other ones spawn in. You have to hit all of them in like a minute or something. Um, Gonna do a couple cool like cool targets with the bazooka guy to shoot some of these statues kind of without needing to do the puzzles you need to do to normally get up to them. But yeah, gonna shoot that one there. Uh, yeah, and then with the Spalko actually going to do all sorts of crazy parkour. Okay, there you go. And that unlocks a guy with a shovel. And the guy with the shovel is, I believe he'll be useful at some point. But yeah, gonna get one more brick here, and then we're going to clip into this bonus level here. Normally that lever on the top right is how you would open it, but this is a little faster. Once again, this level can just be completely skipped by just wall climbing up here and just jumping to the chest at like literally every other bonus level. No surprise there. So, yep. So now it is time for the Jeep race, which is once again another really difficult race. And this race is going to take him all the way back up to the top of the map. So even though we're not quite done with the bottom part of the map, well, we're just about done. We are going to be back up at the top of the map, so gonna be finishing the top part of the map while we're up here, and going to unlock the digger, and we're going to want him for later to control a raft. But for now, we're going to hop into this level at the top of the map. This is Campfire Countdown. You have to light these 10 campfires, which for the most part is going to be done intended, but there's a couple little cool strats that we're going to see here. And this level is actually kind of a peculiar level because there is a slight chance that there is a massive skip here that is still undiscovered. And the reason that that is believed to be the case is because on the Xbox version of the game, there is an online leaderboard that tracks best times for levels. And for the most part, people just in the speedrunning community have the best times for basically all the levels on Xbox. However, on this level in particular, there are a bunch of people who have times on this level that are just not possible. Um, so it is believed that people have either intentionally or unintentionally found a way to beat that level without lighting all 10 fires, maybe by somehow storing them from a previous playthrough or something else. But there are some really strange times on the Xbox Online leaderboard for that level, so there is presumably a skip there that has gone undiscovered. Yeah, so you're gonna free up the raft there, and then, like I was mentioning earlier, you do need a shovel to use the raft. So gonna go get the shovel character, I believe, or maybe not. Maybe it's not time for the raft yet. No, we're gonna head into this treasure level. This treasure level is pretty cool. You have to get these 5 crystals. They're always in the same boxes. It's called Trick or Treasure because if you shoot the wrong boxes, it'll like put like a trap or like an enemy or something. Uh, so kind of cool from like a casual perspective, but obviously we know where all the crystals are, so we're not gonna get tricked at all. Um, and he's gonna try to jump with player 2 here right when the treasure chest spawns to collect it during the animation, which is got that level done. Okay, next up, we are going to do quite a bit of stuff in the hub. Once again, really just cleaning up every collectible here. We're going to do the UFO race, which is kind of one of the final things to do for the bottom part of the map. And we're going to start making our way to the right side of the map. And now we're going to do the raft race with the shovel character after the UFO race, since, like I mentioned before, the races can kind of bug out if you do them at the same time. So yeah, while the UFO is over on this right side of the map, gonna pop down and buy the alien dude real quick and get this collectible. Uh-oh, the car boat was blocking the raft, so okay, good save there. And now on Indy's side, he's over on the right side of the map. All sorts of random collectibles and stuff. Really haven't been over to the right side of the map at all, so got to kind of clean up this area. So got a pot there. Gonna hit this piece out of the water. Got another pot there. So yeah, gonna get a female character to jump and grab this piece to open this level. You can actually grab this piece with the target dupe as well. You don't need a female character, but since there's one right there, I mean, why not? This level is just going to be another wall climb to literally skip the entire level, just like every other bonus level. Another 6-second bonus level, flying right through that one. And I believe at this point we only have one level left. So we just got to get a couple more hub collectibles. Indy going up to get this whip target. So that's the final red one, and then I believe we just have 2 more blue ones, one of which is going to be in this eagle statue to the left here. And then the last one is going to be right by the final bonus level. Oh, yeah, that's a interesting launch there. Alright, this bonus level is actually a slightly longer bonus level. Gonna see some cool, gonna try to do, this wall climb is quite a insane one. Oh, okay. Spalko, oh! Are they gonna come up or not? You want to be going like directly into the wall when you're wall climbing, but he kind of slightly angles right there, which makes it really hard to stay stuck in the wall. We're gonna wall climb up here, just hold onto these 2 buttons, and then the chest spawns in, and that is officially every single main hub level complete. Just one more super bonus level, and then cleaning everything up, and we are done. So the final blue brick is right here. Gonna buy all the red bricks that are all conveniently dropped right here, and then going to enter the super bonus level, which out of every super bonus level, this is the fastest one in the entire game. It's a blink and you'll miss it. This level is, there are just studs everywhere. Let's see if he can do it in under 1 minute. Yes, that red brick was fearless. It makes it so Indy is not scared of snakes. Alright. Almost there. And let's see what the time is. 49. Beautiful. Sub 50. Like I said, super fast level. Okay, so we've now done every single level. We've gotten every single hub collectible. We've gotten every single character, gotten every single vehicle, but we're only at 78%, so what could possibly be left? So the first thing we need to do are true adventurers, which you need to get a certain amount of studs in every level to fill up the bar. And for the second half of the run, it was not an issue at all because the multipliers that we had were so high that you would literally just get it right away. But at the start of the run, we were barely getting any at all. So this is kind of the most boring part of the run because we're literally just going to kind of pop into each level, just collect studs, and then just immediately leave because we need to just get a true adventurer on every single level. This is one of those parts that's way slower when you're playing with saves, because when you're playing without saves, you can just go level, level, level. When you're playing with saves, every single time you leave, you have to wait for the game to save, which takes a couple seconds. Yeah. So this is the reason why at certain points earlier in the level, or earlier in the run, MetalString took a couple seconds to just go get a couple studs for True Adventurer, because I believe it's like 12 seconds or something per level. So it follows a pretty linear rule that if you can get True Adventure in the level in under 12 seconds, then it's worth it to get it during the run rather than now. But yeah, it looks like we got 7 more in Crystal Scar Part 1, and then a couple more in Crystal Skull Part 2. But for the most part, we already have most of them. So revisiting some of the levels we saw back at the very, very start of the run. But you only get to see them for a couple seconds, so... Oh, okay, it's gas station time. Let's go. Best level. And we're gone. Alright, we need one more level in Crystal Skull Part 1. I believe that Raiders, Temple of Doom, is Raiders done yet? Okay, so Raiders is done, Temple of Doom is done, Last Crusade is done, Crystal Skull Part 3 should be done, so I believe we just have to do some of Crystal Skull Part 2. Looks like there's 6. But this is what we call cleanup, friends. Uh, gotta go make sure we finish everything off to full completion. The real, the big thing of 100%. One of the cool things about this game that you may be seeing as he scrolls over all the levels is that every single level in this game is tracked with an in-game timer, which is actually pretty rare for Lego games to have. Very, very little games actually track levels with an in-game timer. I know the only game that I know that I think tracks every single level with an in-game timer is like the newest version of Harry Potter 1 through 4 on like the Xbox collection. Like, but the original version of the game does not. Uh, but yeah, it's super cool that this game has an in-game timer and all the ILs are tracked that way. So here we go. Okay, all 6 boxes are at 100% once we get this one more True Adventurer. And now we have to do one more thing. So we've done all 6 episodes. We've done the super bonus level box. So now we just have to do the Creator Studio box. Similar, if you watch the Lego Harry Potter soccer/football showcase earlier, you may know that that game has a level creator. Indiana Jones 2 has basically the same level creator as that game. 1 through 4 and Lego Indiana Jones 2 were released at like the same era, and they both kind of have similar features. One of them being this level creator. And there's a couple things that we need to do here. We need to do 4 tutorials, each of which give you literally 1%. And then the remaining 96% is buying all of the custom pieces that allow you to build in the levels. This tutorial is just showing you about like terraforming land. So that's tutorial number 2 complete. And the tutorials actually have some pretty hard 1v2c. So there is a category on the leaderboards called All Tutorials. It's like 2.5 minutes long, where you just do these 4 tutorials as fast as possible. And in order to, really optimize them, people have resorted to doing extremely complicated 1v2c to speed it up as much as possible. This one is probably the easiest out of all the tutorials. You just have to lay some tracks on the road. Alright, and for this final level, we gotta spawn in some cars. There are 6 cars you can spawn in, but of course we're gonna go for the hot rods because they are the most fast and they have the best handling and everything. So you can spawn in forklifts if you want, but it's less than ideal. And I believe that is all 4 tutorials complete. Or wait, is there? Yep, all 4 tutorials complete. So now all that's left is a massive spending spree, which I don't know about you, but I like buying stuff in Lego games. It's satisfying. So the way this works is you can only buy certain pieces on certain themed maps. So you can see a lot of the pieces will just carry over. But like for example, this is the Temple of Doom themed map. So only certain objects will spawn on this map, and certain objects don't spawn on this map as well. So we have to go through each of the 6 hubs, buy all the extra pieces from each one. Yeah, you have to buy 2 windows there, really weird. Up to 81%, approaching the final stretch here. Just got to do Crystal Skull 2, Crystal Skull 3, and then just like the one more that's just there for some reason. And as you can see, there's like less and less stuff for him to buy each time, just because a lot of the pieces carry over. All right. Assuming he did not miss anything, this should be the final one. So get ready for time. And time. All right. So yeah, gonna check the percentage there. Going to be 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100% complete. Yeah, 307.30. And that is the run. I can put you on if you want to say anything, MetalString. I can put you on if you want. All right, you should be on now.
Alright, so this was a lot of fun. Even though it's 3 hours long, it doesn't feel like it. It definitely goes really fast because the pacing of the level are so short. I hope you laughed. Hope you cried. You know, this whole game is full of emotions.
I know I cried.
Like the flying in the air, that's cool. But yeah,
Yep.
307 feels amazing. There it is.
Yeah, pretty fun run, and that I believe that is
So
going to
crashing, right?
yeah, there you go, 100% on game file 5. All right, I think that is going to conclude our second day of LEGOthon, finishing it off with an awesome LIJ 200% run. We'll be back tomorrow, starting off with the Force Awakens free play right in the morning, and we have a whole another day of awesome speedrunning action. So I think we're going to close it off here. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will be back tomorrow. Farewell.